And let me just pause to say, good girl love gifts too, yeah?
I was going to say, we were cultured.
Good girl,
say good girl
love
forget
gifts.
things, yeah?
Yeah, and good girl love things. Good girl love nice things too, yeah?
Stuff from the cuffs, stuff from the cuffs. If you had it back there and you're looking for a smile, bringing hope and joy for a day that was wild. Stuff from the cuffs is here to make things bright. In a world so dark, they're bringing some light. Stuff from the cuffs, stuff from the cuffs, stuff from the cuffs, stuff from the cuffs, stuff from the cuffs. Go Bria, go Bill, go Bess, go Brian. Stuff from the cuffs, stuff from the cuffs.
Happy Valentine's Day, everybody. Cuffless.
In the building.
Happy Valentine's Day to you.
No, it's Valentine's Day, so I need to do it a little bit more
lovely.
Catholics
In
the building. You have no sense.
Cufflinks, Wagwan. Happy Valentine's Day to those of you who actually take part in this day. Blessings to you. It is a day to give a little extra love, and it's not limited to your significant other. It could be a family member too. It could be a friend, just about anybody who needs love today.
We all need love.
Yeah, today is a perfect day. So every day is a perfect day, but today, you know, because of what it is, it's a day to make things a little extra special.
Yes,
so
it's just commercialized, and yes, the arguments are there whether or not you actually do anything on this day. We're saying that we do, and you can.
Yeah.
We're not telling you to observe Valentine's Day, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just like the extraness, and I love every opportunity to do something a little bit extra, so I don't mind at all. So welcome, guys. Welcome back to Stuff from the Cuffs, where we give you fire, we give you fun,
inspiration,
we're real,
and we're educational.
Thank you so very much for joining us for another episode. So as you see in the title of this video, we're going to talk about loving your partner 5 different ways. Yeah, and let me tell you, there are so many ways to love your partner. Hey, so many. But we're focusing on those 5 that are widely known in terms of how people receive love and how they appreciate the love that is given to them. And we're talking about
5 love languages. Of course, that was made popular by Dr. Gary Chapman. And we read that book, especially when we were leading up to marriage. So we suggest that you can go on out, read it. It doesn't say that there are only 5 love languages and that's the only 5 ways, but it sets the foundation for the different ways in which we love, and we give love and we receive love.
Yeah. So we're going to be talking about those 5 love languages today, given that it's Valentine's Day and all of that. So one thing that we learned earlier on in our relationship, especially leading up to marriage, so we learned this before marriage, was the importance of finding out what love language your partner speaks, right? And by love language, we mean, how do they receive love? How do they appreciate love? In what way do they accept when love is given to them? Or which way do they appreciate it the most?
Or which way they give it. Or which way they give it to.
Which way they give it? Oh, yeah. Which way they give it as well. Because we receive and we also, speak different love languages. So we're going to be talking about those 5 today. And we're going to be telling you our love languages as well. And knowing each other's love language has really helped us over the years to just ensure that our partner feels appreciated and our partner, continues to feel loved. Yeah.
And for me, I was thinking when this topic came up that it's an interesting dynamic how we love others through our own eyes. Think about it. I'm supposed to be loving her, but it's coming through my own eyes. And instead of making her feel loved the way how she would want, we oftentimes end up trying to love the person how we would want to be loved. So I would love gifts, for example, and I give her gifts because that is what I expect. But it should be the opposite. If I want X and she wants Y, I'm in a relationship with her. So my giving should be focused on Y and not on X. Get me? So I shouldn't be spending my time, my money, my effort making her love me based on how I love. I'm supposed to love her based on how she loves. So it's important that the dynamics in a relationship, we understand if you take care of the person and the person takes care of you, both are satisfied. If you take care of yourself in the relationship, you end up being satisfied and your partner is left out in the cold.
Yeah, a lot of times we wonder why our partner doesn't feel loved when you are doing all of these things. Sometimes it's just a matter of figuring out how they receive love and how they appreciate love. And knowing these 5 love languages can really, really help you out. So there's a test that we took. It's free. You can find it. You can just Google it. Dr. Gary Chapman's 5 love language test. And you can easily figure out which one you're closest to. So which one is most dominant.
Primary and
Yes,
secondary.
yes, because what we find is that we have a little bit of each, I think, most of us, but there is one that stands out. There is one that we appreciate most. And so it's very important that you learn these. So let's go through the 5 love languages. We have acts of service. We have quality time. We have words of affirmation. We also have physical touch and giving of gifts or gift giving. Yeah, giving of gifts. So with those 5 love languages, determining which one your partner speaks can really, really help to, stroke the ego, get those butterflies going, help them to continuously feel appreciated. And we're just going to give you some examples of maybe some things that you can do. So firstly, my love language is quality time and Brian's love language is words of affirmation. So I love when we spend time together. It could be going and buying a pizza and sitting in the car and eating it. It could be watching a movie on our phones right before bed. It could be getting something to eat, going out and just having some ice cream. Quality time is the love language that I speak. And this means that I love when, of course, as the name suggests, I love when we spend time together.
And it's important for me in leading up to this, I was thinking about how socialization plays a role. And, funny enough, as a man, as a boy growing up, we've been encouraged to buy gifts for a woman. We've been encouraged to every kiss begins with K.
Yeah.
So it's all about jewelry. It's all about chocolates and roses. So growing up, we would be believing that every Valentine's, every holiday, every birthday, buy her gifts and she'll be happy. And funny enough, sometimes we often tend to do that as men. We always focus on spending money to make a woman happy.
Yeah.
When it's important to know that not every woman thinks or feels the same way. So I could be spending all this money and not focusing on her primary love language, which is spending quality time. And I think I'm making her happy, and she's not. It's important to understand your partner and not just understand what is being perpetuated in the media.
And let me just pause to say, good girl love gifts too, yeah?
I was going to say, we were cultured.
Good girl
love
forget
gifts. Things, yeah?
Yeah, and good girl love things. Good girl love nice things too, yeah? But it's not my primary love language. Meaning that he could give me gifts. If he gives me gifts every single day, it won't mean much.
She'll be happy, but she'll not be satisfied.
Yes, good. That's a good one. I'll be happy, but I won't be satisfied because that's not the love language I speak. Talk to us about your love language.
I know for the men, yes, for me, it is words of affirmation. So when she supports me, when she shows me respect, when she speaks positive around me, when she, whatever vision I have and she helps to feed it and fuel it, when I'm accomplishing and she acknowledges those accomplishments, it feels better for me. However, again, socialization would have said that for men, it is physical touch. And yes, men, we don't know how the thing
That's a given.
We understand that physical touch is important to us, especially because of how we've been wired, so to speak. We want to be touched. We want to be stroked. And I'm talking about egos necessarily, yeah? I'm not talking about anything else. But the point is, words often help build a man. And that is why our support system is important. And when we feel loved and respected in a household, we feel like kings. When we are launching out as kings, but we are not feeling that a supportive queen is there, it will not help us to get to where we need to be. So socialization will tell a woman that she needs to make sure the man is satisfied physically. Yes, we do, but there are oftentimes different things that are there for different men. And for me, even if I'm satisfied one way, not having that support, not having that person behind me being my number one cheerleader, yes, oh, me big up yourself, matters. It matters.
Yeah. All right. So the third love language we're looking at is acts of service. No, a lot of times persons don't understand that really and truly sometimes it's just doing something around the house. Sometimes it's just helping out with a chore, helping out with a task, helping out with an errand to be done. For some people, that means the entire world and some. So if you find out that your partner's love language is acts of service, and say children are in the picture or your partner has a very busy schedule, help out. Help out with some errands that they have to run, help out with the children a little bit more, help out around the house in terms of washing up the dishes or, cleaning or washing or taking care of the kids. You will be surprised, and I've seen this so many times in memes, you'd be surprised at how satisfied your partner is, and in turn, they satisfy you when you simply do something like wash up the plate then, right? So if you find out that your partner's love language is acts of service, it doesn't have to be something grand or grandiose. It can be simple things that they see and appreciate.
Physical touch. Not exactly like that, but you get the picture. We, for some of us, we want our hands to be held. We want to be hugged. We want to be kissed. We
Spatted.
want to. I don't know what that is. We wanted to. See, we just want to be feeling that physical presence around. We want that level of warmth. So, have you ever been watching a show and you're in your own corner and you feel the person snuggle up to you? You'll be like, okay,
Can you give me some space?
yes. And she puts her foot on you, or she throws a blanket over the two of you and snuggles up, and you're like, "What? Okay, not now." Like, yeah, that's pretty much what physical touch is. You want that presence around you that makes you feel connected. Not everybody likes it. Not everybody cares about that. Not everybody really wants somebody in their presence all the time. Well, I guess nobody does all the time, but more often than not. So it's important to understand if this is your partner's primary love language, then you need to suck it up and work with it.
Yes.
We can't be in a relationship where it's all about you. It has to be about the other person. And trust me, if you are for the person and the person is for you, beautiful, magic will happen, right? So, yes, you may not like it. Understand that it's not about what you like. Tolerate, accept, and integrate your partner's love language with yourself. Because at the end of the day, you want to be happy. And your happiness, yes, it's dependent on you, but if you're in a relationship, it's also dependent on how you treat and receive from the next person.
And the last one that we're looking at today is the receiving of gifts. So for some persons, they love when they receive gifts, and it doesn't make them materialistic. Some persons may say, "Oh, that's so materialistic." I mean, if that's your love language, that's your love language. Just like with English, Spanish, and French. If them speak French, them just speak French. So you can't kill them, right? So, giving off gifts. And what I've found for persons who speak this love language is the fact that it doesn't have to be something big all the time.
A sweet,
Yeah, it could be.
a little note.
Yeah.
I guess even lunch.
Lunch.
KFC.
KFC in the building. It could be you pick a flower outside when you're coming in. It could be so many little things. And I think some persons, when they feel out that their partner's love language is the receiving of gifts, they start to get worried because they're like, how am I going to keep up always giving gifts? But what I realize is it doesn't have to be something expensive. I think it just needs to be thoughtful. And it doesn't mean that you have to give them a gift every single day. Just be thoughtful about what you're doing and yeah, do you.
And the flip side to that is don't just because it's gifts, you just give her anything or give him anything. So every single birthday he gets a pair of socks and a tie and some cufflinks. And he likes colognes or he likes electronics. Can you imagine how his drawer is full but his heart is empty?
Yeah.
Think about it.
Yeah. So the 5 love languages again. We have words of affirmation, quality time, receiving of gifts, physical touch, and my baby brain not keeping up with all of them. Hold on.
Let's go again.
All right. So we have words of affirmation, quality time, physical touch, receiving of gifts, and acts of service. Yeah, we got them.
I remember giving and receiving of gifts is basically the same thing because it's you giving and me receiving, or me receiving and you giving, whichever.
Yeah. So yeah, those are 5 ways in which you can love your partner. And again, as we said before, it's not the only 5 ways in which you can love your partner, but
let's say for example your partner loves to laugh, just make them laugh. It's not considered a love language, but in spending quality time, then maybe you would get them to laugh. Or let's say your partner loves sports. When you think about it, how does that factor into the 5 love languages? But they just love things all sport related. Maybe that comes from physical touch. You'll figure it out.
Yeah.
But you have to spend the time, put the work in for it to work.
Yeah. And who doesn't want to see their partner happy? Yeah. So get to know your partner, get to know the love language that they speak, and speak it to them. Talk it to them. Yeah.
Cuatro.
Cinco. Seis.
We're out. Like, share, subscribe. Tell somebody about stuff from the cups. Tell your sister, cousin, friend, uncle, auntie, friend, brethren.
Yeah. Subscribe before you go, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful day. We'll see you soon.
Stuff from the cuffs, stuff from the cuffs. If you had it back there and you're looking for a smile, bringing hope and joy for a day that was wild. Stuff from the cuffs is here to make things bright. In a world so dark, they're bringing some light. Stuff from the cuffs.